going to do day 3 and day 4. Just to make sure that we go through all the days. Because remember, we have day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4, day 5, day 6, and day 7. We're at Vacation Bible School for only 5 days, so we have to put some of the days together. All right, so let's recap. What did God created on the first day? Yes, Sky.
Darkness and light.
He created darkness and light,
The earth and the heavens.
the earth and the heavens.
The sky and the water.
On the first day.
The land. No.
It's okay. The first day. Oh, it's okay. Anybody else want to try? Yes, Jay.
He created day and night.
Turn that on. Turn it on. Press on it.
He created day and night.
He created day and night. Yes, Asher.
He created the water and the sky.
On the first day, or was that on the second day? On the second day. So that leads me to my next question, Jasper. What did God created on the second day?
He separated the sky from the ocean.
Very good. He separated the sky from the waters. Very good. Yes, Nola.
He made the clouds.
He made the clouds. Yes, Jay.
He separated the oceans and made the sky.
Very good. All right. Who can guess what he made on the third and on the fourth day? Yes, Josiah. All right. Good job. Lee. What's your take?
On the third day, God made the land and the trees and plants. And on the fourth day, he made the sun and the stars.
Good job. Yes, Cameron.
On the third day, he made trees, land, and plants.
Yes, Tyler. He made the islands and trees. All right. Very good. All right. Genesis 1, the third day comes from verse 9 to 13. So everybody should be listening to what God created on the third day. God said, what God always say? Let there be. Very good. God said, let the water under the sky be gathered into one place. Let dry ground appear. And that's exactly what happened. God called the dry ground land. Very good. He called all the water that was gathered together the seas. Very good. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, let the land produce plants. Let them produce their own seeds. Let there be trees on the land that grow fruit with seeds in it. Let each kind of plant or tree have its own kind of seeds. And that's exactly what happened. So the land produced plants. Each kind of plant had its own kind of seeds. And the land produced trees that grow fruit with seeds in it. Each kind of tree had its own kind of seeds. God saw that it was good. Good job. There was evening and there was morning. It was the third day. So let's analyze what God made on the third day. So tell me some things, because remember we say plants. What are some of the plants that you can think of, or fruit trees that you can think of? Yes, truly.
He made apple trees.
Pass the mic around because everybody's going to get a chance to answer this one. Give me some types of plants that God produced.
He made pumpkin seeds.
Pumpkin seeds. Very good. Jasper?
God created peach trees.
Peach trees. Good job. Kelsey?
He made strawberries.
Strawberries. Pass it to Raya. Do not only limit it to fruits. Think about all the plants, the different species of plants that you know on this earth. Dragon flowers. Good job. Yes, Janae.
Sunflowers.
Sunflower.
He made wild berries, pumpkins.
He made wild berries and pumpkins.
Mint leaves.
Mint tree.
Leaves.
The mint leaves. Put the mic at your mouth.
He made bushes.
He made different types of bushes.
Tulips.
Very good. Yes, Amelia.
Roses.
Roses. Good job.
Sunflowers.
Sunflowers.
Coconut trees.
Coconut trees.
Daffodils.
Daffodils.
Palm trees.
Palm trees.
Corn seeds.
Corn trees.
The Leorepidin tree.
All right. Next.
Bamboo seeds and grass.
All right. Bamboo seeds and grass.
Orchids,
Orchids.
mangoes,
Mangoes. Very good. You see how wonderful God is? Remember, we said that God made everything for a purpose. He made everything for a purpose. And that was day 3. So let's look at what God made. You can just put it down here. She said just put it down. Genesis 1:14 to 19. This is day 4. God said, "Let there be light in the huge space of the sky. Let them separate the day from the night." I wonder what God was talking about in this case. What do you think God was talking about? Let there be light in the huge space of the sky. Let them separate the day from the night. What was our powerful God talking about? Yes, Jenny.
The moon with its lightness and the stars.
Very good. What else? Yes, Jasper.
God was talking about what he means by space is like the space between, which is space, and light would be the sun, and then darkness would be the moon.
All right. And yes, truly.
Separate Saturn and Mercury.
All right. So separating the planets. Very good. All right. Listen to the story. He says, "Let the light set the times for the holy celebrations and the days and the years. Let them be lights in huge space of the sky to give light on earth." What is the biggest star called? What is the biggest star called? Yes, Aiden, you know it. Yes, Tyler. I need the basic word. All right, Stephenson.
The sun.
The sun. The sun is the biggest star. Anybody knew that? Apart from? The sun is the biggest star. God made 2 great lights. He made the larger light to rule over the day and the smaller light to rule over the night. He also made the stars. God made the lights in the huge space of the sky to give light on the earth. He put them there to rule over the day and the night. He put them there to separate light from darkness. God saw that it was good. There was the evening and the morning, and it was the fourth day. So let's look at day 3. So we say that God on day 3, he made the land, the trees, and the other plants, right? And we said that on day 4, what did he do?
On day 4, God made the stars, the moon, and the sun.
All right, so what I want you to do now, turn to your neighbors, and I want you to talk to your neighbors about how awesome God is using the day 3 and day 4 creation. So you're going to talk to your neighbor. You're going to talk about his awesomeness. Can you imagine? You're going to strike up a conversation. Can you imagine that God made the plants and the trees? And so that's how I want the conversation to go. Ready, Kennedy? So we're talking to our neighbors about day 3 and day 4. Ready? So talk as loud as you can so the people who are listening can hear you. All right, ready? Remember, we're talking about his awesomeness about day 3 and day 4. All right, any peer want to share what they spoke about?
We spoke about how amazing God is and how he created all these stuff that exist.
Very good. Anybody want to share? Yes, Asher. What did you and Shay talk about?
Uh, all types of things like the dwarf stars and the solar system and the planets.
All right, good job. So you talk about the solar system. Nola, what did you and your peer talk about?
He talked about what he created on day 4
What did he create?
and how tiring it would be, how to make it out of nothing.
Good job. You think God was tired?
So we were both talking about how God was able to do all of that in one day. Like the first day, he did sun, moon, and separated them and made the earth and the heavens. And second day, the moon.
All right, good job. Jay, what did you guys talk about?
We talk about how God created the lands and the trees on day 3 and how he created the stars and the moon and the sun on day 4.
Lily or just who's talking?
We talked about how he did this all for us and help us breathe and help us have oxygen and how powerful he is. talked about how he made the beautiful things in space and on land, and how he made life on planet, and
Very good. All right, Aiden, who is talking? You or John Mark? Aiden, what did you and John Mark talk about?
We talked about the things that are on the land.
What are some of the things that you spoke about that are on land?
Plants, animals.
Very good. The plants and the animals. Very good. Give yourselves a clap. Very good. Why do you think that God created the stars and the moon? What was the purpose for the stars and the moon and the sun?
The purpose of the stars and the moon and the sun is to create light.
Is to give us light. Is to give us light. Is to give us light. So what's the purpose of the plants? Yes, Isaiah. What's the purpose of the plants?
so the world can be better than it already is.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean is everyone can have a good environment with other people.
So everybody can have a good environment. All right. Yes, Lily.
The purpose of the plants is to give us food and oxygen.
Very good. The purpose of the plant is to give us food and oxygen. Yes, Sky.
The purpose of the plants is for animals to have wildlife and live in there.
Very good. For animals to have wildlife and to live in there. Yes, Asher.
So animals can live with their babies and their eggs.
Okay. Yes, truly.
So we can have air in our lungs.
So we can have air in our lungs. I love the answers. Every time God saw that it was good. God saw that it was good. Can you imagine how God sat down and he was pleased in all of what he had done, because he knew that each of these days would serve a purpose. Each of the days would serve a purpose. All right, on tomorrow we are going to go to day 5 and day 6. All right, stand up. We're going to recite day 1 memory verse. Do anybody remember day 1? Yes. All right, let's say it. Genesis 1 verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Very good. Anyone remember day 2? Psalm 19 verse. Come on, Psalm 19 verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Now, day 3 and day 4, we're going to say Colossians 1:16. Repeat it. Colossians 1:16. For by him all things were created. Things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible. One more time. Colossians 1:16. For by him all things were created. Things in heaven and earth, visible and invisible. Put your hands together for how awesome God is. That is how awesome God is. Come on, man. Put your hands together for our awesome God. He created the trees. He created the stars. He created the moon, the sun, so that we can use them for a purpose. All right, we're going to be seated and we're going to do